Hey DIY, it's Jonah, and today I want to give you guys a full breakdown of my setup here at work. And I want to give you guys this update because the last time I actually showed you guys the setup was me building this desk, and since then I've kind of added some extra bits, and I wanted to show you guys all the things that I've added and give you guys the rundown on all the parts and everything that you see here in case you wanted to buy something yourself. So to start this little roundup, this is the Sihu M18 ergo chair. You can find this on Amazon. They have a website on their own as well if you wanted to buy it directly from them. It's got a couple features. The back leans back, reclines, the adjustment on the headrest is pretty good. It leans forward, backwards, and then all the way down like that. You also have adjustments on the arms here. So it's about 180 bucks, and it's actually a pretty good chair for the money. No real complaints. The mesh on the bottom is pretty comfortable, but sometimes you can feel the hardware and everything underneath it. Yeah, mesh back. You also have lumbar support in the back right here. So overall, it's a pretty good chair for the price, a nice budget option chair. For the desk, this is the Psychic 101-inch long desk. And it's gonna be 3 parts that come in, and you can actually adjust it in 4 different ways. So if you wanna set it up to your own liking, you can. This is one of the options that I went with here, and it's kind of like a U-shaped desk for me. Again, you can build it in like a straight desk that goes pretty much all the way across. It's got a drawer right here, which has quite a bit of storage. You're gonna have to yank it open, but yeah, quite a bit of storage here. You got a bit of a storage pocket underneath here as well. A nice little tabletop that I've kind of decorated with a Zelda cup and a fake plant. And then under here, you have a little shelf as well. Now, I don't have anything on the shelf here because I actually use it to rest my feet whenever I want to kick back. And it's a nice little area that I can do so. Here's the cable management under here as well. Pretty tidy. There's a lot of cables for this setup, so it's not perfect, but for a desk that doesn't have any cable management options or anything that comes with, it's pretty nice. As for mouse pads, this is actually a ToastyBros mouse pad. This is actually not the one you'd buy on the website for $50. This one's actually much thinner. This is like our test version that we used, and we wanted to make it longer so you can get one that's much deeper, and that's gonna look more like this one right here. And speaking of this one, this is an Amazon Basics one, basically. Nothing that fancy, just about like 20, 30 bucks for a deep mouse pad that I just wanted in black, so I went ahead and bought that whenever I first got here, and yeah. It's a nice little mouse pad that's done me really well. All right, as for the keyboard, this is the Yunzi YZ75. Again, I have a video on this on Toasty DIY, which I will link, and overall, it's a pretty good keyboard. I do really like how it sounds. I'll even probably throw in a typing test for you guys again from the last video. Only downside that I have from this actual keyboard is the software. Now, every time I turn the PC off and back on, it'll default to its RGB mode, and I kind of have a theme going on with the setup, so every time I have to, start the setup back up, I might have to redo the software and change it to my static color that I want. So that's the only downside. It does have this little space thing on the side that you can take off some keycaps and switches and put in place for that, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, it's a nice customizable setup. It's got some RGB on the sides, it's got standout feet on the bottom, and it has some linear switches and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty clean keyboard. I'm a big fan of it, and it is also Bluetooth compatible. I just have a USB hookup though, so I don't have to worry about charging it. And now for my sound bar. Now this one's actually a bit of a sleeper. So this one is the Sound Blaster from Katana, and it has USB, it has Type-C, it has Bluetooth, and overall this thing packs a punch. Like honestly, I'm really shocked with how loud this thing can get, and the actual quality of the soundbar is quite nice. So I think it runs around 200 bucks if I had to guess. It's been a while since we got this in, but it's a big upgrade to my setup, and it actually has LEDs on the bottom here as well. So when I turn it on, you can see there, it's got some nice LEDs on the bottom. It's customizable, so you can do RGB. They have like a red and orange mode, and then this blue, purple, and teal mode. So I'm leaving on the blue, purple, and teal. Looks really cool. And yeah, really, really happy with this one. That's pretty much everything as far as the setup goes. We got a little walrus right here from Temu. For the monitor, I'm running a Curve Viotech 27-inch 1440p, 144 hertz monitor. This monitor is pretty nice. I do really like it for work I do here, but the only downside is sometimes on these Viotech monitors, when you start the PC up after a while, they have like some weird banding on the top and the bottom of the screen. And sometimes it takes a bit for that to go away, but aside from that though, it's a pretty good monitor. It's my LG 27-inch 240 hertz gaming monitor that I had at my own setup before I brought it into work here to use as a third monitor. And then on the left here, it's the Galaxy 1440p monitor as well, in 144 hertz. Lastly, this is my work computer that I had here whenever I started working here, and it's in a nice little small micro ATX case. It features an RTX 3050, which although it might be hated, it's a pretty good card for being able to multitask and all that good stuff. 16 gigabytes of DDR4 Lexar memory, and then I also have a i3, I believe, my processor. So nice little build. It's got about 2 terabytes of storage, and it does the job for me in a thermal take, BM2 550 watts. So yeah, it's a nice little build, fits nicely behind my monitor here, and that is gonna complete my setup here. If you have any other questions about this as well, just let me know down in the comments below. And like I mentioned before, I'll have affiliate links for everything that you see here in this video down below as well, so be sure to check those out. Thanks for watching to the end if you did, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.